the whole notion of, the rate of external change has gone exponential. It's always been, the external rate of change has always been fast, but now it's an exponential. And therefore, the drumbeat with which it hits our organizations has increased. And so, the changes are hitting us. And then, to your point, we need to reallocate capital quickly, and we need to reallocate talent quickly in response to those changes, and then keep them connected through all that dynamism. And I think that, words like alignment, when it is one thing when things are moving slow. Alignment is a whole nother thing when things are moving fast, because we have to align and realign and align and realign and align and realign as we're going. So I think this stuff that Bill is more relevant than ever.
I totally agree, Sandy. And, the align and realign piece is really interesting. In your career, Sandy, you did, and we've talked about this quite a bit, you did quite a bit of align and realign. And when you understood what the critical roles were in the organization, whether it was at Blackstone or at Unilever, how'd you keep the align and realign fresh? Because, you look at the calendar and, holy mackerel, it's almost August. And, the time has flown by, the world has changed, value has shifted, money has moved. How'd you sort of keep things fresh and alive, in your career, Sandy, in that regard?
Yeah, well, I mean, Bill, the first thing for me was, I've always been curious about how the business works, and, what was and I think the first few times that I was thinking through about what were the critical roles, I went to the hierarchy and looked top down. And then I think it was when I got to Unilever that it dawned on me that we were we were facing a crisis externally, and we had to change, and we had to shift, that we had to move the share price. We just had no choice but to do that. And so the CEO said, listen, we need to double the share price. And it was at that point that I started to think that, wow, if these are the drivers of value that are going to change the share price, are going to double it, then what are the roles that matter in that context? And when we started to look at the roles that were proximate to the value, that was a big link for me. So being able to, to understand what's happening with the value in the business. And then secondly, what roles are proximate with the pivots that we need to make in value? And now I have the roles that have a disproportionate impact on value creation, and I have a chance to keep things fresh and connected.